Welcome back to the Elias Macko Show. It's hour 3 of the program. We begin with the big federal by-election that's coming on June 19th. Canadians in 4 ridings will go to the polls. It will really be a test of the current Liberal government and their standing with the public. And that includes in NDG-Westmount. Now, that riding opened up after longtime MP Mark Garneau resigned. And just think about some of the news items that have been in play there, right? The reimagining of the Official Languages Act, Bill C-13. One of the reasons why Garneau left politics, right? That matters to the people of NDG-Westmount. Of course, there's been other stories like foreign interference and the Liberals' handing of that. That makes this by-election all the more interesting. Our next guest has campaign signs already up in the riding of NDG-Westmount, and his signs say, "Fed up? Make me your protest vote." And our next guest was very easy to reach because he puts his phone number on his campaign signs. Alex Montagano is running in the NDG-Westmount riding. Alex, welcome to the program. Mr. Montagano, I should say. You're a big-time candidate. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
So, listen, first things first, I want to get to, I know your poster says you're a protest vote, but then at times I see some of your social media postings, and boy, does it seem like you're really serious about this. And then I see that you're dressed up in when you're campaigning and on your posters as a train conductor, and then I go, okay, he's not so serious. And I'm trying to figure out where you lie. So Mr. Montagano, Alex, tell us.
Well, absolutely. It's a very serious campaign. I have serious things to say. I'm a student, graduate of political science at McGill University. I have a postgraduate degree as well. And I am very involved in the community. And unfortunately, I'm fighting this huge, massive liberal machine. And I need a way to, I guess, a shtick, as you would call it, to try to connect and reach out to voters. And this weekend I was participating, and I continue to participate in the NDG Art Hop, and I'm an artist. I'm a model train artist, and I just decided to run with it. And it's been going great. And I guess it's a combination of performance art, history, trains, and mixing with politics.
So let's talk about that big liberal machine you mentioned. Of course, the Liberals have gone with Anna Gainey, who's the executive director of the Gainey Foundation. That's their candidate. Well, listen, the Liberals have represented the riding for a long time. Well, why do you think there should be a change?
Well, as a student of political science, in order for democracy to work properly, it has to be competitive. And unfortunately, in the district of NDG-Westmount, it has not been competitive. We vote for the Liberals over and over again, and that is to a detriment to us. It does not produce us the political goods that we need to be successful as a community. And I think that Anna Gainey, it's very clear that she's very much a liberal a political party animal, if you want to call her that. And I think that if push comes to shove, it's clear that she's going to side with the party and not with the constituents of NDG-Westmount. And that's already revealed itself in her, her contacts with the media thus far. And I really want to present an option, an alternative to the people of CDNEG or NDG-Westmount, that, I could be that person to raise the community issues, to push our needs forward, to demand the system respond to what we need as a community to be successful.
Can I ask you, since you've been campaigning, what do the residents of NDG-Westmount think about how the Liberals have handled Bill C-13, the Official Languages Act?
Well, I'm campaigning on my bike, so I'm going around with, believe it or not, as Alex Trainman Montagano in my conductor uniform, and the response has been overwhelmingly positive. People are frustrated. They feel like they're being abandoned, run over the bus several times by all the parties. By the way, it's we're talking the Liberals, the Conservatives, and the NDPs. They're all made the tactical decision that they've abandoned minorities in Quebec in order to win the nationalist vote. And that's unacceptable to me. And I think that NDG-Westmount, NDG is an amazing place. We have a lot to be thankful for. It's a community where you walk down the street where people say hello to each other, and we need to celebrate who we are. And I think that we need to collectively get together as a community and say, no, enough's enough. We need to represent ourselves. We need to make a statement. We need to start making demands for ourselves.
We're with Alex Montagano. He's running in the by-election on June 19th in NDG-Westmount. Calls himself a protest vote, as it says on his campaign posters here. Alex, there are other options. You know, the NDP, by the way, there was one election in recent history where Mark Garneau conceded early in the evening, and then it turns out he won the race. But it was so close there. You've got the NDP, the Green Party. They're putting their deputy leader up on the ballot. There are other protest options. Why do you think your protest option is the one to go with?
Well, the NDP, I don't believe, is a protest option. They voted for C-13, right? So that's not a protest. They've bought in. They've bought into C-13, and they've bought into the whole narrative that's going on right now vis-a-vis that conversation. In terms of the Greens, well, you know, in all due respect, this is a parachute candidate. He does not come from the community. He does not understand the community. I think it's just he's just opportunism there. He sees there's probably an opening for the Green Party, a party that is suffering and is looking for a breakthrough. And but at the end of the day, this is not a gentleman who has history here, has lived here, understands community needs. And from my perspective, this is not a real protest vote. And God forbid that if he wins the election, right? And after he wins the election, do you think his priority is going to be the needs of the people of NDG-Westmount? I don't believe so. It's going to be obviously growing the Green Party banner.
Let me ask you this to wrap up. In the provincial election that we had in October, there were a couple of parties, like the Canadian Party of Quebec and Balrama Holness' Mouvement Montréal. A couple of parties there, also protest votes, also unhappy with certain things about language. And then the election rolls around, and they did not do very well. How do you get from, doing all of this work and all of these signs, 2% of the vote, from that, which we've seen other parties do, to, someone that can get 30%, 35% and actually win an election with multiple parties?
Well, I think right now that you've had accumulation of a lot of things happening out there and people are more aware of the issues. I think that Mark Garneau resignation obviously raised people's awareness of what was going on. It's a tough slog. I'm not going to deny that. But just imagine for a brief second that, under the slim chance that I win this election, which I don't think is that slim because I think a lot of people are really looking for an alternative. And imagine the message the voters of NDG-Westmount will be setting the political establishment, Ottawa, what minorities in Quebec are feeling right now. It would send ripples through the establishment in Canada, the Canadian establishment, political Canadian establishment, excuse me.
Alex,
so, yes?
Yeah, if anyone wants to help out your campaign and find out more, what should they do?
Oh, they find me on Facebook, Alexander Montagano, Alex Montagano. You'll see me right away. I'm wearing my conductor hat, so I'm easily identifiable. And I do need help. if you're listening to the show and you are relating to what I say, please reach out to me. I do need help. I'm fighting big machines, and I need all the help I can get.
Alex, thanks so much for coming on the program today. I do appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
That's Alex Montagano. He's running for the by-election in NDG-Westmount. I got a question here from Vanessa, by the way. Elias, what's the difference between NDG-Westmount and NDG-Côte-des-Neiges? So, Vanessa, this is a federal by-election. So, NDG-Westmount is the riding federally, right? So it is different boundaries in a different area that includes predominantly NDG and Westmount for this federal by-election. And of course, Côte-des-Neiges NDG is the borough, that's the municipal borough, the borough that's part of the city of Montreal.